Hey, welcome to the first video of Underground Virtuosos. My name is Paul and I'm a violin viola teacher. Today we're going to be talking about bow hold. Many of us out there probably hold our bow one way or another. Specifically, the Russian bow hold or the Franco-Belgian bow hold. So today I hope I can clarify the main difference between the two bow holds and have a way to help you find a more natural bow hold if you feel like you are really struggling with the bow hold or you aren't able to perform more challenging techniques like spiccato. Then maybe finding a more natural bow hold will help you out with that. So let's get started. The first bow hold we're going to talk about is the Russian bow hold. So at some point in my life, while back, I learned the Russian bow hold because my teacher then used the Russian bow hold. So there are three components to the Russian bow hold that we need to talk about. The first one being the bow stick is held in between the knuckle and the first joint of the index finger. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. So it looks like that, right there, the knuckle and the first joint. So in between that, and now you might notice a couple things. The wrist is high. It's much higher than the Franco-Belgian bow hold that some of you probably use today. And the last thing is the pinky is pretty much straight. I wouldn't say it's completely straight, but it's probably almost straight or nearly straight. Yeah. So this is what the Russian bow hold looks like. Okay. Now, as someone who has learned the Russian bow hold and used the Russian bow hold for a couple of years, I can tell you that it was not for me. Couple reasons. I am someone who's 6'1". I'm quite tall, and when it comes to the Russian bow hold with a high wrist, means that my long arms will have to be much closer together. And that really never felt good near the frog area. I felt enclosed, I felt kind of tight. I wasn't able to sit properly in the way with the bow on the string because of this, being so close together. And so that was, in my opinion, the downside of the Russian bow hold. And in return, also the pinky here, because it's more straight, when I was learning spiccato, it was a little bit difficult versus the Franco-Belgian bow hold, which the pinky is in a way a little bit more flexible and involved in the bow stroke itself. And so I found that to be much more helpful. So let's now talk about the Franco-Belgian bow hold. The Franco-Belgian bow hold, the three components, the same things we're going to talk about. The first one being the index finger. So we learned that the Russian bow hold is held between the knuckle and the first joint. The Franco-Belgian bow hold is held between the two joints. So it looks something more like this. Okay, so that's the Franco-Belgian opposed to the Russian bow hold. Okay, now you might have already noticed a couple things. When I go from the Russian to the Franco-Belgian, you can see that the pinky is round and the wrist is not high up like that. The wrist is slightly raised, however, it's definitely nowhere near as high as the Russian bow hold. And in my opinion, that allowed me to play at the frog, to play big sound and feel like I still have a lot of room and feel open. And also when I perform techniques like spiccato and I have to bounce the bow with my pinky involved, it definitely felt a lot more comfortable. So that's the three components between the differences between the Russian bow hold and the Franco-Belgian bow hold. I hope some of you maybe came to a better understanding between the two if you have never heard of them. Now, how do we find something that is the most natural for us? So there are two ways that I use to teach my own students to help them find something that is natural to them. Yeah, and by natural meaning we're not really straining our fingers or taking away its full flexibility. So the first way, you can use your arm if you would like to try this. You can put your left arm in front of you. Now, you're going to relax your right hand and you're going to put your fingers and wrap it around that. Now, you're not going to stretch your fingers out really far apart. You're not going to keep it close. You're just going to relax and allow your fingers to wrap around as natural as possible. So notice there are these little spaces in between the fingers. Yeah, the spaces here. So if you hold your bow, the most natural would be trying to keep that space in between. Okay, rather than going to your bow hold and then closing your fingers like this, or spreading out super far. So this is, in a way, the most natural that we can do. Another way to find that is if you just relax your right hand. Okay, you're going to bring the bow and you're going to fit it under your fingers. Now, index, middle, and ring finger is going to go in front of the bow, and the pinky, the tip of the pinky is going to go on top of the bow here. Okay, so one more time, you're going to shake off your hand, and you're just going to put your bow right under your fingers. And the last thing is you're going to get your thumb, you're going to curve it, and you're going to put it right here, that little corner. Now in the little mouth there, okay, at the little corner here. Okay, one more time. So you're going to shake off your hand, you're going to put it under your fingers, and then you're going to get your thumb curved, put it in the low corner, and there you have it. As natural as it can be without stretching or bringing it too close together. So I hope that has helped some of you to get a better understanding of different bow holds and the bow hold you're using, and maybe even help you get started on developing a more natural bow hold. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was fun for me to make, being the first one, and I hope to see you guys soon. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to be notified right away when a future video comes out, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, or you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. And I hope to see you guys soon, and have a good one.